Good morning and welcome to the Southeast Idaho Weather Hazard Briefing for Wednesday, April 10th, 2019. Looking at the weather the next couple of days, today we have, I would say, low to moderate, maybe moderate impacts. We do have the strong winds that we saw yesterday will continue for mostly the same areas, but we do have a couple of areas that we want to point out too that will add some strong winds. Otherwise, the flood concerns continue today. Really, through the next couple of days, the flood concerns will be there. But the good thing is that it'll be a little bit cooler today and going forward the next few days too. So that'll help lock up some of the snow melt, and we'll get into that in just a couple of minutes here. Thursday, looking ahead, impacts will be low. We'll have the lingering flood concerns, but it will be drier. We'll start to dry out, and then Friday, impacts again low, again for those lingering flood concerns, and then we will start to see scattered light showers start to move back into the area. So chances will start to increase heading towards the weekend. Looking at current satellite across the area, plenty of clouds across eastern Idaho. Otherwise, we do have some showers some snow showers that remain mostly across the southeastern highlands, the Albion Mountains up through just south of Pocatello, and then southeast of Idaho Falls. This is remnants of that convergence band that went through late last night and brought a quick coating and some impacts down to the I-86, I-15 corridor. But it has since started to move to the south and east, and we'll see that continue to taper off through the morning hours. Can't rule out a couple of showers here and there for the morning commute and just beyond the morning commute, but otherwise we should see little impact with that activity. Looking at the broader picture here, the regional water vapor. It's a little tough to discern here, but we do have one system out here in southwest Wyoming. That's what's bringing our northerly winds down from Montana. That's going to continue through the day. We will start to see some northwest winds kick in through the Magic Valley and Snake Plain as well. Again, we'll talk about that in just a couple of minutes. And then upstream, we do have continual moisture getting poised to come back into the area. A brief dry slot here with the yellows and oranges, but the moisture will come back, and that's going to be what spurs the Friday showers heading into the weekend. So again, those should be light, but we'll talk about those in the next couple of days as well. Precipitation expected today looks much different than what we've been experienced the last couple of days. We're starting to really taper down these amounts, and so it's all good news in terms of the ongoing flood concerns. But certainly, there's still a lot of water that's running off the mid levels of the mountains with the snow melt. So we do have the flood watch continuing through late tonight. So we could still see some lag effects of that rain that has fallen. And the snow melt that's occurred as well. But in general, we're expecting less than a quarter of an inch for most locations, and really you could maybe see a tenth of an inch on the highest elevations, but that's about it. Similarly, our the snow levels have dropped pretty dramatically down to the valley floors for most locations. Those will creep back up again today, so we're not expecting much snow below, say, 6,000 feet, 5,500 feet, somewhere in there. But we could see some light snow accumulations, mostly above 6,000 feet. They would be in the 2 to 4 inch range, but again, not expecting too much out of that or much in the way of impacts. The bigger impact today will continue to be the strong winds that we've been mentioning the last couple of days, from Mountain Home and Boise down through Twin Falls, Burley, Shoshone, getting into the Raft River area, and even up towards Pocatello. We could see gusts near 40 for areas closer to Pocatello, Blackfoot, Idaho Falls, but out towards the eastern Magic Valley and southern, or the lower Snake Plain, we could see winds in excess of 50 miles an hour. So certainly some big concern there. And then This other area I wanted to point out as well. We've got kind of this drainage flow out of these valleys here and from Montana. This cooler north wind coming down. That's going to continue to increase through the day. We don't have a wind advisory out there, but wouldn't be surprised if we ended up hitting that criteria a little bit later on this afternoon. So we could see winds in excess of 40, wind gusts in excess of 40 miles an hour, maybe approaching 50. So that's something we'll keep a watch on and update if necessary. But certainly, just because we're not in an advisory up there doesn't mean we're not going to have the strong winds. And then the last thing I just wanted to touch on, we do have some flood advisories out. One flood advisory for the Little Wood above the reservoir. We saw a real sharp rise the last 24 to 36 hours, and it even got above flood stage for a little bit. It is back now below flood stage, but it is still above bankful. So we'll see what happens today, if there's additional snow melt and additional runoff, if that continues to creep up. But right now it is kind of on the downswing. Similarly, the Big Wood at Haley increased the last couple of days, but it's a bigger river, so it takes a little bit longer time to really shoot up. And plus, we still do have a lot of snow locked up in the Wood River Valley there, so little slower response time, but haven't gotten to bankful, and it doesn't appear that we will with this round. But down further south, the Portneuf River from Pocatello down to Topaz near Lava, we are at bankful, expecting the Portneuf at Pocatello to get close to flood stage, if not just above. That could have some impacts to Sacagawea Park down there, but really it looks like it's kind of plateaued a little bit. So the next 12 to 24 hours will be pretty telling as to what the Portneuf's going to do. So we'll keep an eye on that and certainly update any information that we have. Otherwise, that's the end of the briefing for today. If you have any questions, give us a call or drop an email to this web address here. Otherwise, have a great Wednesday.